Again, thank you for choosing to spend your Sunday morning with us. Every beginning of meditation, we do a warm-up. So let's go ahead and begin and doing that. So let's place our hands down onto our lap. Our posture is nice and alert, as if a string is being pulled from the crown of our head all the way up. If you're sitting on the floor, your bottom part of your belly is a little lean forward in front of your reproductive, your pelvic area. If you are sitting on a couch or a bed, a wheelchair, or a recliner, I invite you to sit at the edge of your chair so that your body can allow itself to be in a tight, beautiful, upright posture. And we're going to allow our bodies to be exactly as it is. Welcome it as it is. So if you're feeling some pains, or if your mind is just jumbled up, no worries. Arrive just as you are. We never have to arrive fixed or whatever we want to define that as. Arrive just as you are. So let's place our hands down onto our lap. And we're going to bring our shoulders up and down. Inhale, shoulders up and down. And for those that are familiar with this, you can make it sharp movements and quick. As you do this, notice if you're carrying any tension in your face. And if you are, allow those muscles to loosen and relax. You may even notice that your nose is communicating to you that it needs to be cleaned, and that's okay. You can pause and take a break and blow your nose. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the nose. Sharp inhales, sharp exhales out the nose. And let's do a few more. Okay, bring your shoulders up, hold it, squeeze, 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 squeeze it really tight, and slow exhale out the nose. Let your shoulders slowly melt down. Beautiful. I invite you to close your eyes and observe. We'll do that one more time together. So reset your breathing. I'll count us down. In 3, 2, 1. Bring our shoulders up. Inhale. Hold your breath. Squeeze your shoulders. Squeeze your hands. Squeeze your belly. Squeeze your back. Squeeze your face. Squeeze your eyes. Squeeze your cheeks. Squeeze your feet. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And slow exhale out the mouth. Allow your body to settle in place with less tension residing in the beautiful, miraculous body you have. Yeah? Okay, so let's just shake that off. Shake it off, shake, shake, shake it off. Brush it off. Brush, brush, brush it off. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Okay, great, great, great. Let's continue to do those warm-ups. Hands on the shoulders. We're going to inhale through our nose, moving to one side, and then exhale out the other, exhale out the nose. Bring your shoulders, bring your elbows down and just relax those shoulders. Remember that your head, the crown of your head is being pulled at the top, so we want to keep our posture nice and alert. Our head is aligned forward. So our head is not really doing the motions, it's more our upper body. Don't forget to breathe. We'll do a few more sharp inhales through the nose, sharp exhales out the nose. And slow down, come back into that neutral center space. Notice if your body's still wiggling like a washing machine. And allow it to find its natural posture in the center. And when it does, bring your hands slowly down to your laps, palms facing down. Close your eyes and observe. Deepen your breathing. Inhale and exhale. Slowly open up your eyes. We're going to continue our warm-up. So now place your hands at the top end, or so closer to your kneecaps. And for those that are sitting on a chair or a recliner or a couch or a bed, you may want to bring your knees a little farther out. And we're going to bring our chest forward. Inhale, chest back, exhale. So we're breathing in through our nose, exhale out our nose. Notice that our spine is moving in a different direction than it had been earlier. So we're really warming up our spine. This one might be a little bit slower than the previous exercises, and that's intentional. So be conscious and be aware of the sensations that you're feeling outside of your nostrils. Notice if you feel the air passing through your two nostrils. Inhale forward, exhale back. And use your hands to assist you, to pull you forward and stretch. And notice if there's other areas in your body that you can stretch. Feel it in your rib cage, feel it in your lower back. And if you notice any tightness or tension, make sure to breathe. Create some focus in that particular area and breathe through it. Great. Let's bring us back into a neutral position, pulling from the top of our crown. And now we're going to rotate in one direction. So find that direction that you want to rotate in and begin. Inhale and exhale. Go as slow as you would like. Soften your eye gaze. If your eyes are open, maybe fixate it on something in your environment. Maybe a plant, maybe a family photo, something in your home environment. Just focus there. Continue to breathe. Soften your cheeks, your jaw. Pause for a moment. Let's just breathe right there wherever you're pausing. And reverse. Inhale. Exhale. Go at the pace that works best for you. This is not a competition. We're all winners if it is a competition, because you're choosing to invest in you. And really, the only person that we're competing with is ourselves. That version of ourselves that gets frustrated or angry, that version of ourselves that gets agitated, that version of ourselves that judges and is filled with anger. Those are the versions of ourselves that we compete with. All right, let's pause and breathe and come back into a neutral spine. So take your time, bring yourself back into that neutral space. Close your eyes and observe. All right, so what I wanted to do is something we've done before, which is we're going to do a stress release breath meditation. And what we're focusing around this is finding love's presence in all things, right? So as you're sitting down, Just be mindful of your breathing. Notice if your belly or your chest is rising and falling as you're listening. And there's no obligation to stare at the screen or the monitor. I try to make the instructions just by listening. So right now, with the pandemic, and even before pandemic, pre-pandemic days, we all were experiencing day-to-day stressors. And now with a pandemic occurring that we're living through right now, it's as if there's this constant challenges. Some people call it a marathon. And I like to call it a marathon relay because we can't always be running. And it's helpful for us to pass the baton onto someone else so that they can continue run. Maybe not for our behalf, but for our team. And this team I'm referring to is the team of mammals, and more specifically, the team of human beings. So the challenge here, my friends, and this is something we've talked about a lot, is we can choose from moment to moment two main options. We can choose fear. And a lot of things sits in fear. Worry, stress, anger, agitation, frustration, judgment, harm, all sorts of different things. Fear. Or we can choose this side. And this is love. What sits in love? Compassion, patience, gratitude, empathy, a lot of different things sit in love. So we can choose from moment to moment. Are we choosing love or are we choosing fear? And so for me, and for mindfulness practices, I like to choose love. Which brings us to this. In this time of a pandemic and with day-to-day stressors, and with also these constant challenges that we are in a marathon relay, can we choose from moment to moment to see love's presence in all things? So that's what we're going to focus on. So let's take a nice big exhale at your own pace and just release and let go. For a moment here, and I really mean just a moment because we're practicing impermanence, that things are temporary and really honoring its temporary presence. I would like for you to call in and think about something that you are really frustrated with, or angry with, or agitated with. It can be a conflict. It can be an unresolved issue. It could be something that triggers you that you don't tell anyone about. Maybe it's something that irritates you, that you just deal with it and you just let it, eat you up inside. You don't communicate it. Notice even how quickly my voice is being raised, and also how quickly my words are sped up. Notice what happens when we turn on this place of fear, that even my own voice and my own frequency changes. This is the practice of awareness and mindfulness. And so if we can catch ourselves in those moments when we're having conflict with someone, in the heat of an argument, if we can catch ourselves that, oh, I'm breathing fast, or I'm not breathing at all, or I'm speaking unkindly, or I'm speaking too fast, etc., etc., etc. If we can catch ourselves, then we're doing a phenomenal job. I know it sounds crazy, but we're doing a phenomenal job, because that means you've caught yourself right in that moment, and it means you are aware. And if you can come back into your breath during the heat of the moment, that's one step closer from being aware that you're choosing fear. And then you have the option to choose love. That's my point here, my friends. So for the time being, I invite you to think of a moment of conflict, an unresolved issue, something that agitates you, something that frustrates the heck out of you, something that you hold pent up energy about. I would like for you to speak the words right now. So let's just take the next 30 seconds and speak the words, even if it's just a whisper. But I want you to get it out of your head. That's the intention here. I want us to spell it into our environment so that we can slowly, in some way, confront that issue of where we have conflict. And this conflict begins within us. So let's speak it. Ten more seconds. Think of something. It doesn't even have to be big. It could be something very small. Oh, I get so irritated when they leave that on the corner of the counter. It could be something as simple as that. All right. I take it that you've taken the opportunity to say those words of what is brought unresolved issue. So now I'm going to take you on a guided meditation. And from there, we're going to use the Hawaiian prayer, Ho'oponopono. It's a prayer of reconciliation. And so if we cannot fully resolve these issues with that person or with that object or with that issue, we can always begin with ourselves. And so if we can find reconciliation with ourselves, it makes it a whole lot easier to find reconciliation with that other being, that other object, that other scenario, whatever it is. So I invite you to close your eyes, give your body a good wiggle, remind yourself that you're in your body. You're not in your head, you're not in your mind, you're not in your thought, you're not in the past, you are not in the future, you're right here. And what are you feeling right here? You're feeling your body move. You're feeling your body breathe. So deepen your inhale and deepen your exhale. Let's bring our head to one side and stretch the side of our neck. And inhale, exhale. Bring it back to center and bring it to the other direction and allow gravity to assist you. So inhale, and when you exhale, I want you to release. Bring it back to center. We're going to bring our head slightly back so that our neck is completely exposed. Allow our head to drop. Inhale. And on our exhale, release. Bring it back to center. Bring our neck down, chin down. Inhale. And release. Exhale. Bring it back to center. Close your eyes. Palms are facing down on your lap. Feel the sensation of your breath. Feel the sensation of your belly rising and falling with every short or deep inhalation. There's no judgment needing. Just allow yourself to feel your body and what it's doing as it's breathing. Notice your chest rising or falling with your breath. Allow your eyes to close fully. Allow your muscles to soften a little bit more. And if your mind should drift off to a place in the past or a moment thinking of the future, acknowledge it and thank it for reminding you, and bring it back to a physical sensation that you feel right now. It might be that you're seated You can say, oh, I can feel my bottom on this chair. Or I can feel my feet in my socks. Or I can feel the touch of this t-shirt on my back. It could be any physical sensation you feel with your body. So as your eyes are closed, let's begin using our imagination in feeling our feet. I would like for you to create an awareness that there is roots growing underneath your feet. This can occur if you're living on the 3rd floor of your apartment building, or if you have a lot of clutter underneath your feet, you can still imagine roots underneath your feet. So imagine roots growing underneath. You feel firmly planted onto this earth. You feel supported as well as nurtured. As you feel this awareness of roots growing underneath your feet, bring this awareness up your feet, up your ankles, up your calves and your shins. And with every inhalation and exhalation, allow this awareness to rise up inch by inch. Bring this awareness up to your kneecaps and behind your knees, all around, swirling on the outsides, even in the insides, to your muscles, to your bones, to your veins, to your bone marrow, as deeply in to your ligaments, your cartilage. Bring your awareness up to your upper thighs, to your quadriceps and your hamstrings. You can go just the top layer of your skin, and you can go as deep into your bone marrow. As you bring this awareness, remember to breathe. And with every inhale and exhale, move up your body an inch further and a centimeter closer inward. So you're moving in many directions while breathing, while relaxing, asking gravity to be your ally to relax. Bring your awareness up closer to your groin, your reproductive area, your hips, your hip flexors, your buttocks. Bring your awareness to the lower part of your abdomen, as deep into your liver and your kidneys, your spleen. Rise that up all the way to your rib cage, your spine. Rise that up into your lungs. Notice how much air your lungs are intaking, and notice how much carbon dioxide your lungs are expelling. Allow it to exhale completely, release completely. Bring that awareness into your heart area, where you feel so much. Now, as you have this awareness from the bottom of your feet all the way up to your heart area, let's also extend that awareness onto our fingertips, the very tips of our fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fingertips if we have all 10 fingers. Bring that awareness into the entire part of your fingers, your knuckles. Bring that awareness into what you would call your fist if your hands were clenched, to your palms, the backside of your hand, to your wrist, to your forearms, and as deep into your bones, in your bloodstream. Bring that awareness to your elbows, your biceps, your triceps, into your shoulders, your shoulder blades, your clavicle, our wings, into all parts of our lymphatic system, into our throats, esophagus, our thyroid. Bring that awareness up to your chin, your cheeks, your jaw, your teeth, your gums, your tongue, your nose, your ear canals, your eyes, your eyebrows, our temples, on the surface as well as going deep, deep, deep. To our hair follicles, our roots, all the way to the ends of our hair. All the way to the top of our head. Bring that awareness there. Now we have our entire body coated in our own awareness. With our inhale, we know our body is present, and when we exhale, we release anything that we hold. So as you continue to breathe and be aware of the presence of your body, we also recognize the presence of love in your body. For without love, you would not be existent here. And for without love, you would not have been brought here at this present moment to be serving you. So using the guidance of this Hawaiian prayer, Ho'oponopono, I've revised it just a little bit to include further reconciliation with oneself. So that conflict that you were thinking about earlier, let's bring that into our awareness. As if it is an object right in front of us, maybe 3 to 5 feet in front of us. And we could see it using our imagination, using our third eye. So it's here with us in this room, in your room. And notice your breathing. Notice if you stopped breathing. Notice if your breath got shallow. And with every exhale, release. Allow yourself to soften. And do your best to see that conflict, that object, that person in a neutral space, as opposed to another. Something that triggers you, agitates you. Try to see it in neutrality. And I invite you now to repeat after me. And I invite you to say it in your mind. I also invite you to say it in a whisper or say it out loud, up to you. And it begins, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I forgive me. I forgive you. I thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I forgive me. I forgive you. I love you. I thank you. Inhale and slow exhale, release. I'm sorry. Inhale. Exhale, release. Please forgive me. Inhale. Exhale, release. I forgive me. Inhale. Slow exhale, release. I forgive you. Inhale. Exhale, release. I thank you. Inhale. Exhale, release. I love you. Inhale. Exhale, release. Continue to have your eyes closed. Breathe normally. Observe your body. Notice any tingling sensations. Notice any twitching. Just observe your body reacting in seeking forgiveness, in offering forgiveness, in receiving forgiveness, in noticing gratitude for lessons, and also loving and honoring its presence so that you may come back into a place of balance. Continue to breathe normally. You have time-stamped this opportunity of finding reconciliation beyond right now. You have penetrated this energy into every cell of your being. And now, because you've served yourself, we end every morning meditation with loving kindness unto others. So because we've brought in forgiveness and compassion and empathy, most of all, love, I would like for you to think of 1, 2, or 3 other people. Maybe it's a group of people or an area that you've noticed, like if there is a lot of conflict there, or injustice, or poverty, anything you would like, call it into the space that we've created here. And extend loving kindness that we've generated and share it with them. So we'll take the next 30 seconds to a minute in silence and extend that loving kindness onto them. Few more seconds. We'll take 3 collective breaths together to seal this prayer out. We'll inhale through the nose and slow exhale out the mouth like a tire deflating. Push all the air out of your lungs. Back to normal breathing. Allow your breath to be as it is and observe. And reset your breathing, and we'll breathe again together in 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. Inhale at the top, another sip of air. Hold and relax. And exhale out the mouth like a tire deflating. Push. Back to normal breathing. Observe your breath. In just a moment, we'll take our third and final breath together and extend it to all beings, all plant life, all fungi, even those that have passed into the spirit world. We'll pass it on to them as well. Reset your breath. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Sip of air. Another sip. Hold. Relax those muscles. And exhale. Push. Observe your breath. Normal breath. When you feel ready, I invite you to slowly bring light into your eyes. Your eyes might be facing down to the floor or to your feet. And as you continue to breathe, kindly bring your eyes fully open. Take your time. You have all the time you need, and you're right on time. So lastly, my friends, I want to remind you to seek love's presence in all things. Notice love's presence in the first words that you speak. Notice love's presence in the first thoughts that you think of. Notice love's presence in the first actions that you take. May you have a wonderful Sunday and the rest of your week. I'll see you again next Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Eastern time is at 9:45. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat. And I'll see you again here with One Mindful Breath, live on Facebook as well as on Zoom. Blessings and take care. Be well, take good care, also give good care to yourself. Ingat.